about to start off. Renegades versus myRevenge. Renegades holding themselves a 1-0 lead after taking cash 19-16 in the first map. Let's see how they handle this second.
I think Renegades is yet to lose a round on Inferno this tournament, because they won 16-0 versus Neckbreak.
It was a very one-sided affair. The Indian production, I'm not sure I'll be too happy about reminding them of that one, but it happened. They got to deal with it. This is aggressive stuff from Yam coming out. They will manage to get himself a double before being taken down. Sponge will react. Now when it's in a 2-on-3, Sponge just holding the angle at CT Arch, forces Passe to back away.
I find it remarkable that Yam managed to take two guys with him in death. Because how did he end up there in the first place? He was in combat versus three myRevenge players. Managed to take out two of them. A little bit of luck, I'd say.
Lining up for him. Sometimes it just goes that way. Looks like they're going to make their way towards Banana. I can see that.
Not a horrible decision, but they don't have any smoke grenade, which is quite instrumental if they are to get up on the bomb spot and plant the bomb.
See, now this is what I don't understand right now from myRevenge. One guy is going up towards Banana. One guy is completely the other side, Sound. I mean, is he trying to do the wraparound? I assume he was, but instead, now where's he going? There's got no backup.
This is really cool though, because now they're going A, and Renegades took for granted this must be B. This is very much down to JKS now. Yeah, getting that frag is, that's round winning for them.
Oh. Sound's going to get it and get the plant down. 7 seconds to go on the timer. He will get the plant in time. I'm not too sure. I think Sponge should take him out the second he plants it. Will manage to peek around. Sponge got a big tag there. And that's put him pretty low. It's down to Azadar. Azadar's going to get tagged low. Oh, it's a one-on-one. Sponge came around the back and managed to get the headshot in and the defuse. That could easily have gone the other way, though, for myRevenge.
At the same time, great decision making from Sponge. You would have probably seen a few players that just tried to, go all out in that duel. Instead, he withdrew with 14 health or whatever. And then he just re-enter the battle in the right timing, finding himself the last myRevenge player reloading.
All right, let's see if they go full on aggression. Last time they were against, look at this, the difference a game makes. Against Neckbreak, they all went straight down mid, straight down Banana, straight in their faces. Clearly that last game has definitely caused them to respect myRevenge a lot more in this matchup. And it's definitely delayed things, despite the fact they've all got those SMGs. Havoc's going to pick himself up a quick, easy double in Apartments.
I mean, surely it will be a few spectacle exceptions, but in general, it doesn't make a lot of sense to buy those Deagles that myRevenge decided to do. Even that you have a few extra frags from the pistol round, which gives you maybe $300 or $600 extra in the bag, you may as well use that in the third round, which will be the first weapon round.
Just the one.
Still not worth it, in my opinion.
Yeah, just the one showreel headshot, but it took a little while to come out there, and Renegades do close it out 2-0. Just losing the one man. More importantly, collecting the cash with those SMGs.
Yeah. So yeah, Inferno, we spoke about this earlier, D-Man. That's, it's very much about smoke grenades, flashbangs, and having timed attacks when you're T. Surely you can play kind of TU style. They showed yesterday it was all about just having the AKs in their hands and just going up and taking the duels and refragging. But yeah, Korean style is very much about timed attacks, and then you need as many grenades as you possibly can. You should not waste it on Deagles during a silly eco round.
Deep smokes in round 3 from Renegades. We saw it was Sponge that set up the first one. He was obviously over on the A side, so making sure that the two defenders on B have them smokes as backup. They're leaving JKS to be the man that defends this one deep. So he's going to hold on. He's got no flashes with him, actually, so not a great deal of utility. He's already been pretty much thrown out. They didn't really get any tags on anyone, so now it's myRevenge's turn to start probing and prodding. The bomb's going to get collected by Passe as he makes his way, and again, it looks like they will be heading towards Apartments.
They certainly do so, but before they get in closer to the middle here, they have actually managed to get one guy rotating back to B, and that's Azar with his SMG. Great action to Yam there.
Well, that attack has been stopped dead very, very quickly. Havoc doing the damage, backed up by Azar. And Yam closing things out there. So, 3-0. That was their first rifle round by Revenge. Didn't really make any dent on Renegades, just losing the one man.
Such a confidence boost for Renegades to win that round as well, because now they most likely going to find themselves in a 4-0 advantage. Also having in their minds that they just, you know, kicked the asses of the Indians yesterday, 6-0.
Oh dear. And they just got mowed down. It was just a pistol rush onto Banana, but they didn't really get a great deal of damage. Asa was the man that went down, but that AK not going to get recovered. I think Yam was trying to get onto that one, but didn't manage to pick it up, but that's not too big a loss. 4-0, solid start. Now we're going to see the AWP coming out. It's HSK that's going to be rocking it, unless he passes it off to a teammate. Okay. Yeah. Not seen him on the AWP before, I don't think. See how he handles it.
I think his option right now is either to play chill, which he seems to do, and just covering the middle in the beginning. The alternative he had was to go in aggressive in Banana and try to get an early peak, because we have seen the Renegades throughout this tournament playing very aggressive in Banana. And as soon as the smoke grenades comes down, you're kind of neutralized.
Oh, that grenade landing. 12 health on the man that he's boosted on. Not able to land the shot either. Very close to his teammate's toes there, considering he's just been knocked down to 12 health already. HSK not making use of this AWP just yet, though. And it is, again,
very
deep defense from JKS. Very low indeed. They've all been caught. Grenades, the spray down, 12 health for Passe, 14 for Sign. Sound on 34 as they make their approach on the top of mid. Peek around Havoc with an AWP of his own. It's going to be Sponge, actually, that manages to open up the account. Azadar is going to be the man that gets challenged. He's going to back away, play this one cautiously.
Weird Molotovs. I guess they just did that to protect themselves against the position in the corner that is quite frequently used. Yeah, this should be another round going to Renegades. Just look at the health bars.
They are going to save.
Yeah, I wonder if they can pick up the AWP though. Although I don't know if that really matters, because the way they used it this round didn't really make much sense to me.
Well, they knew they were saving. Can they find them? Just 3 seconds on the clock. Doesn't look like it's going to happen. So they keep hold of those 3 AKs. But myRevenge still yet to make any real progress on the T side into Renegade space. I don't think they got that single plant down. It was the first round when it went down to the one-on-one duel. But as of yet, they've not got close to getting their plant anywhere near A or B.
Yeah, so far this tournament, again, they have had an immaculate CT side. And I do wonder what myRevenge can possibly do.
Wow, wall of fire. It's a tactic they've clearly practiced pretty heavily to get that wall of flame down along with the smoke. But no challenge. Expecting maybe a pop flash through the smoke, but it's not going to work out. And again, it's going to be the top of mid that gets challenged out here. Sponge trying to get the peak on quad. Maverick got the tag across. It's Havoc that was caught out. Sponge just holding the angle on the pillar. Now he's going to back away. He's got the support of Yam and Azza. Yam holding the angle with the AWP. Doesn't land the shot. That grenade will, though. And they're not going to be expecting the man in cover. He pops out, gets himself 2 before he gets taken down. Sign and Sound. Sound already down. Sign tries to come around the corner. Will get Havoc down. Now, can he get a bomb plant in? This is what we were talking about. They've been lacking in this one. Yam's not going to be able to get the cover off there. And the plant down. It's a 2-on-1, but well, Sign, the in-game leader, has got next to no health, and now he's lost. Got a little bit of money from it, but it's still, again, it was a lackluster attack. But this, at least they attacked as one at the top of mid.
They did, indeed. I'm sitting here thinking, D-Man, what the approach should be now. Because the CTs, the Renegades are, you know, adding up their economy, having more or less free reign, running around on the map and doing pretty much whatever they please. How do you counter that? I'd say you can either go extremely passive, or you try to take the battle early on, trying to contest Banana, for example, which seems to be what they're doing right now. Quite passively, though. But obviously it doesn't really work to run through the Molotovs. Triple
stacked as well, Renegades.
Yeah, but now they have somewhat of control over the Banana. Sign is already pretty much up here in the car area, but little does he know he's 3 Renegade players around the corner.
Yeah, this is well read by Sponge. I was clearly saying, you know what, they've hit A this many times, they are definitely going to go B. Sponge got taken down, no over-rotate from the Renegades just yet. Still JKS and Azza holding steady, keeping that smoke down, flashing themselves out, slowing myRevenge down ever so more. Meanwhile, this is happening. Maverick's going to get a peek towards Yam. Oh, if it had just had his weapon out, he would have managed to land the shot. Still might. Oh, gets a good tag down on him, but Yam escapes with the skin of his teeth.
And again, I think it shows experience that he decides to just go back there. It's obviously the natural decision to do, but yeah, even if he's low on health, he can still take some frags out here, but it doesn't. Probably first round there to myRevenge.
JKS and Azza both attacking the target together. Low health across myRevenge, so this is possible. Oh, Azza's going to go around quad, wasn't checking boiler. JKS did, but now he's in a 3-on-1. Already tagged from Graveyard. That's going to be Passe doing the damage. JKS just going to go and save the rifle. Back away, maybe try and catch an exit, but that's about all he can hope for. And it will be the first round on the board. myRevenge 6-1 down. Is this the starter for comeback? It's going to take a while, I feel. And almost, if anything, it was at Renegades over-rotating, stacking out the site and losing Sponge early.
I like to see Renegades going with their sniper in Banana now. I think that would be the kind of perfect counter. Now when myRevenge has got an idea at least how they can, you know, force them back into bomb spot B and take some control over the map. But we do see them not buying any ops whatsoever. They could afford it, but yeah, maybe they're just gonna go super aggressive from middle here perhaps, using some smokes.
Oh, Azel's going to come around the corner. He's going to find HSK, but HSK will come out on top. The first time in that duel. Finally manages to catch him out. Now Sponge is still around the corner. The flames will spread from Sponge's molly. Gets HSK down. And again, they are forced and pinned to the bottom of mid. Slows the game down a little more. This is the way Inferno plays out, honestly. You get those deep smokes in. It pins the opposition, pins the terrorists down into their own spawn area. Yam holding the smoke of his own. That's been smoked off by myRevenge.
JKS has set himself up at a really good position in Banana. He has all the control he needs. And also he can inform his team to rotate back to bombs with A. And also start to anti-flash them to prevent a fast attack.
Havoc could be pivotal here, but he's been smoked off. Sponge has done the damage. Doesn't matter. Can't catch quite a glimpse of him. He's going to try and amble his way into pit here, Maverick. And he will get taken down easily. 7-1 the score. Renegades holding strong. That A-site defense has really been doing work. They did finally manage to break through a moment ago, but I think that may be one of the few rounds they get on A. They haven't really attempted B-site at all yet.
Yeah, well, I mean, the battle has happened in the Banana.
Yeah.
Never really been any room for epic conclusion in the bomb spot B and after plant. Yeah, considering the fact they only had 3 guys remaining when they won their first round, they are now forced into another eco, which naturally will, most likely will result in another round for Renegades.
Havoc and Yam going very aggressive in apartments there, getting onto balcony through the windows. Yam's going to bounce that molly around the corner, slow things down. Sound pushes on through it, but they're in the molly, burning in the fire, and Sponge and Yam clean up duty as myRevenge go 8-1 down. What are myRevenge going to do about this? They are going to get themselves the AKs again. Lack of utility across the board. They've managed to pick themselves up 2 mollies. Will we see the first B play come out? That grenade, oh, that's going to be sweet. Or they do manage to back away. It is going to be a B. They're going to try and fast push it, but again, the smoke will slow them down. Are they going to push on through the smoke and the flashes? Well, they do, and they go straight into Azza and JKS. They've been holding this absolutely solidly. At no point has anyone got through. Top of mid got aggressive. So Renegades a little overconfident there, getting caught out, but well, now it's just Passe, last man standing. I think we're starting to see Renegades getting their confidence back here. Starting to push straight down mid.
Yeah. Renegades obviously learned the lesson from what can happen if myRevenge opts to go early into into the banana. So now they're utilizing a little bit more long-range Molotovs combined with more nades overall.
Where's Yam going?
And they just get stuck there.
Here we go. He's just picked up a P90. I thought this was coming. Look at this. Now the confidence is showing. He had plenty of money to buy anything he wanted. And what he wanted was a P90. Unfortunately for him, well, he did get the triple. And now he collects an M4 en route as well. That was planned from the very beginning, Renegades. Everybody toss a nade down mid.
It was a bit Quake style, running around with the lighting gun. You know?
Zapping everyone down. 10-1. This is where myRevenge came back against the Mongols. But then it was seemingly a much fairer matchup.
I think they probably need a bomb in order to be successful. They dropped into the base, which Maverick just realized. But you know what? I think they should more or less, at this point at least, give up Banana. Perhaps they can set up a static AWPer towards Banana, just shoot through the smokes to prevent them to attack even further. But then instead use the apartments and the boiler room to get into A. That's kind of the medicine I would prescribe to them right now.
Right. He's going to smoke out over to quad. So if they were to challenge, it would be Sponge would go for CT Arch. And I think he's realized it. It's backed up. I'm looking in towards apartments. Yam's actually pretty aggressive along with Havoc. Sponge has had to go very deep on this CT Arch defense. Make use of this pillar back in the CT spawn as they're about to break around that corner. You can see them all on the X-ray, lingering, waiting to pop around the corner. Sign's got a good glimpse of Sponge, and he will manage to get the shot down. Now, the two on site are actually pretty low health here. Havoc's only on 17. He's going to come around, and this is going to be myRevenge taking the site with ease. But Yam has put a spanner in the works. With just 14 health, he picked himself up a double. Now he's going to get taken down at last, and it's all on JKS. The young man from Australia finds the headshot, stuck in Moto. Those flames are not quite spreading in there. He realizes he's still in a stuck position. And now the bomb plant down. Passe and Sign, last two standing. Both holding the pit angle. That smoke, if he lands it correctly, which, oh, he just caught the wall. Just a little over twitchy, a little over zealous. He's going to find one, not even going to get past 8.
It's the right decision to go for it, though, because they have all the money they need to buy the remaining 3 rounds. Yeah, they should have that. So, although he had like 13 health and, yeah, didn't really place the smoke grenade at the place, still a good idea to go for it. Alternatively, he could just try to stick around and kill them when they were fleeing from the bomb.
I remember in the Cloud9 Fnatic final in Pro League, I remember watching, it was on Overpass, I think it was, he threw the smoke out, it caught the pillar, happened to bounce in a great spot, and managed to smoke them off nonetheless.
This is interesting, Sign getting some good positioning here inside also, apartment. His teammates are on the completely other side of the map, so, and also the bomb is stuck now. So what Sign is doing now is what I would like them to have done earlier. Going aggressive in apartments. Could be the great counter to the aggressiveness that Renegades is pretty much showing pretty much every round in the banana and also middle. Sponge has been very prominent, just taking the peaks from up middle, which is something you normally lose against AK when you're sitting there with your M4.
A great kill spread for Renegades as well. It's not really one man just running away with it. Everybody's having a whale of a time here, dealing with myRevenge. It must feel nice for them, honestly. 11-2 first half so far, especially after the overtime of the last matchup. It's actually similar to what we saw in the finals last night, the TSM Cloud9 final. It was a very close first game. The second map, absolutely all one-way traffic for TSM. Sponge gets himself the open, and that was a peek straight down mid. Where is JKS going? He's down the bottom in mid. So that was overconfidence, perhaps. Started to creep in a little. That's took it to a 2-on-2 situation. This could open things, make it a little more interesting. Sound has to retrieve the bomb. No armor on Sound here with an M4. His teammate has just been taken down because they weren't moving as a unit. And it means that it is going to be a one-on-one on site, because Aza's going to hold B site, but Havoc, everything in his arsenal to hold them back, slow them down, holding the classic angle in sight when you're in a one-on-one. Sound knows it as well. It's going to be very tricky to unroot Havoc, get him out of that pit. He's got 30 seconds on the clock. Is he going to choose to go for A, or will he choose a rotate towards B, which will still be just as tricky? You can see Asa, both Renegades, no reason to peek, doesn't matter. That Molly's going to land. It's going to force Sound to move, and he just catches him out. Nicely played by Havoc and Pin.
Indeed. Not sure if you noticed, but the position Azar had in Banana was, sorry, not in Banana, in bomb spot B, was actually the furthest away you could possibly be from bomb spot A. So if Havoc would have lost that duel, it's very likely that
would have been the round.
Would have taken that round.
Yeah.
They should probably have tried to stick a little bit much more together than they did. But anyway, Havoc did his job and got the 12th round for Renegades.
Yam gets a little peek out and gets himself a double. Sound and Parsay already gone. This is looking like a 12-3, possibly a 13-2 already. Renegades, up close and personal from Yam. Here we go. Going for the style points, trying to pick up his 4K. There it is. All too easy for Yam. And it is a 13-2 first half. That is somewhat more than we were expecting in map 1 until myRevenge surprised them. Now Renegades just 3 rounds away from qualifying for ESL One Cologne.
Yeah, I think they can, to be honest, I think they can already pretty much book their tickets. I think this is a done game. Highly unlikely that myRevenge will get the 13 rounds or the 14th rounds to take this into the third map.
South Koreans.
I think they just lost a lot of energy from not winning map 1, you know, because again, they really had that. They had it in their hands. They have no one to blame.
Energy sapped from them. It's something we actually see really very often as well in Counter-Strike. Obviously, as soon as it's really close, you just know it's like that's gone away with him. The mental edge has been lost.
Yeah.
The chance they had slipped away. Unfortunately, it does mean that Renegades.
But that's what makes champions teams to stick out as well. They can kind of brush that off and continue, knowing that they have another 2 maps to prove themselves worthy.
Well, without rubbing salt in the wounds, we saw that with Fnatic yesterday. They had no right to take it to overtime, but yet they did, and they took it very hard to Cloud9. Finally, Cloud9 overcame them in a best-of-3 situation. But here we are, Renegades, in the pistol to try and close out the first team from Asia to qualify for the majors. Smoke's going to be on point. That's going to catch out Parsay.
Not quite sure about the positioning from myRevenge. They're not getting much information, so I think they're going to be in 5-on-3 disadvantage here when the attack strikes.
Does manage to get away with it. JKS, though, finds the head, and they are on site. They've managed to stack out and get the rotation round pretty quick here. HSK couldn't quite win out with the Jewel of Havoc. Why is he double peeking when he's already on the reload? I don't know. He should be able to get around and get the final kill onto Havoc. Now we're into a 2-on-2, an interesting 2-on-2 at that, because Aza's pretty low. Sound's going to come around the corner. Yam's covering the angle. Aza will find him, though, tucked in the corner. Yam on HSK. They've got a double-up setup. HSK already tagged up heavily, down to 27 health. One more shot will do it. Can they find the shot, though? That's the question. They're dancing around. While this is all happening, that bomb is ticking, and Yam knows it. Just needs to delay HSK. He's going to use this pillar to his advantage. Now he's going to try and chase him down with a knife.
Saving his flashbang.
Oh, he's not going to close it out. Doesn't matter. But that's 14-2. Renegades take it. Now they're just 2 rounds away from victory and reaching the big major in Cologne.
And yeah, I think it's a no-brainer. They just need to buy everything they possibly can now. Is it just me, or does HSK save a bit? No, he doesn't. Everyone buy armors, grenades, and a few kits. 1 kit to be precise. And obviously, Renegades play it as they are expecting such. No SMGs, 4 AKs, 1 Galil.
Parsay trying to land those opening shots, but instead Havoc is the man that's come out on top. They've managed to burst through into sight, as you would expect. It is AKs versus pistols. Sound in library, he's going to get cut down. Now the final man, HSK. All that he invested has gone to naught, because it is the 15th round, ladies and gentlemen. It's match point for Renegades here. as they assert their dominance over myRevenge. myRevenge, buy what you can, do what you can, try and slow them down. They've got the head armor, they've got the pistols. Let's see if a miracle can happen. Where are we going to go? It is going to be, no, it's just same old traditional. They're not going to go and try and any crazy strategy, any stack out of sight. Try and play it as normal. And do what he can to dodge the grenades while the rest of his team work their way once again up mid. Finally, they get a smoke down in mid, which will slow them down a little.
I think I've seen more Deagles in this tournament than I've seen in the entire professional circuit until now. You know?
Well, I don't know. I mean, if you've watched just the last 2 weeks, Deagles have definitely rose to prominence. No doubt about it.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to see Sign. When you get up behind someone like that, you have to make that first shot count. Especially in this situation. That Deagle's gone to waste. Sign's going to push on round. It's Parse and Maverick, the last two standing, the last two stalwart Koreans to keep them in this tournament. It is a nigh on impossible task. Renegades will be closing this one out once JKS stops whiffing his shots. He's finally going to... Oh my god. Don't drag this one out, please, Renegades. You know it's not true. He finds him through the smoke. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. The Renegades will take the second map, 16-2. They'll be our first team that will qualify from Asia through to ESL One Cologne. That will be happening in August. And once again, Renegades will be there. I think it's their third or fourth major running now. They've been a regular
Australian
fixture
hope
from the Australians, yeah.
Yeah, they achieved what they came here to achieve. I guess we're both, and similar to the crowd, they are quite quite surprised about the first map, how tight it eventually went. But Inferno wasn't much of a surprise, I guess. They started CT, got the rounds they needed to make this into a not so very tight game. You don't see the Renegades players, they're not like celebrating in any extreme fashion, you know, because they expected themselves to qualify for Cologne, and they did so. So congrats to them. Yeah,
it was a done deal in the end, and I think Community that are obviously sat waiting for their next semi-final against the Malaysian hopefuls, MVP, are going to be looking at that, certainly the second map, and thinking, okay, they did that confidently, we can do the same, and basically get that scare of the first map out of their minds.
Right. But yeah, that's going to be another interesting game, to be honest, because now we also have the benefit for MVP to have the local crowd behind them cheering for every frag, and that, you know, in such a venue we are at right now, I think it make a difference when you start to lose round and you hear the opponent's home crowd is just like celebrating for each and every frag, and you get a bit more extra frustrated due to that. But yeah, Immunity, they should be deemed as the favorite, and this can very well turn into being an all-Australian affair, having two teams qualifying for Cologne.
Absolutely, as James walks by. Give me the thumbs up. He's ready to go. He's ready for this one.
He did the peace sign and the thumbs up.
Sponge is going to be joining us for an interview in a minute. He's happy. He's managed to qualify. They're back as a regular fixture. How do we expect Renegades are going to do when they get to the major? They've always put up... I think they're going to hope they don't face Fnatic in their first game again.
Yeah, they've struggled quite a lot against us, but yeah, I'm curious to see how they play, how they adapt when let's say Inferno, right, when the terrorists are putting more pressure on them, getting a sniper inside a banana early on, or maybe utilizing the apartments in a way more aggressive fashion. I'm curious to see what kind of backup plan they have when they have to fall back and playing kind of the standard style, which is 2 players in B and 3 guys in A, because all we have seen from them so far as CT on Inferno is just pure aggression, you know?
Yeah.
Pretty much every single round there are 3 people in banana taking complete control, smoking it down, Molotovs, and reducing the health from the opponents. And that's something that myRevenge never really figured out how to contest.
Yeah, well, we'll see how it goes, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations once again to Renegades for making it through. We're going to go to a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to hear from Sponge about that qualification to ESL One Cologne.
At Intel, they make the fastest processors.
You know what that means.
The noobs get wrecked. Yeah, or like faster data analytics. Don't leave me hanging.
Upgrade to a faster PC with Intel inside.
Anything can happen at any moment.
Experience the global phenomenon.
People watch other people play video games.
All the players.
We started getting the fans, the groupies.
All the drama.
South Korea has been dominating.
Oh my God. And all the action.
It's the battle. He's still alive. Are you kidding me?
All work, all play. Experience the world premiere, followed by a live esports event, July 21st Burbank and July 28th Cologne. For tickets on sale, visit esportsandcinema.com.
Welcome back to the ESL One Asian Qualifiers, and congratulations to Renegade for actually being the first team to qualify for ESL Cologne. Let's head over to the interview where D-Man will be interviewing Sponge.
Never heard you introduce that excitedly. Sponge. Yes, I am here. Congratulations to start with. I'm going to go for the handshake. There we go. Get that out of the way. We've had problems with that in the past. Obviously not yourself, but Pete. Let's talk about the first map, because that was the big deal. That was the biggie where everything kind of went wrong to begin with. Just what was happening on the CT side? Because I've never seen you dismantled so badly by a Korean team before.
I'm not going to sit here and say that we were doing we were doing a lot of things wrong, but I'm not going to deduct from the way that they played. They played very well. The style that they were playing on T side was very safe and slow, and then they just played as a team, and they had really good aim. When they executed onto the bomb sites, they didn't really do a lot of flashy things. They just made the trades. There was a couple of rounds there where they would just take a bomb site in a 4v5 or 5v5 situation and just kill everybody in that site, and we would be left to retake 3v5, and we just couldn't. We made it really hard for ourselves. We're normally quite proddy and aggressive on our CT side. We don't let teams do that, but they were playing so safe that we were unable to find them and make the kills to make them change their style. Obviously, we stayed composed and we made it onto that T side and played really well. We were down 15-13 or something like that. At the end there, we took that pause, had a discussion about what was working, knew that they were playing a very weird, heavy B/mid setup, and kept going towards A, and managed to get the draw. And then overtime, I think we had the mental edge. We've been to these events a lot more than they have, so I felt at that stage if we'd get it to overtime, we were going to win the game, and we did.
What's the most politically correct way you can say what happened on comms after you lost a 2v5 situation and gave Sound the ace?
I'm Australian, so I'm not very good at politically correct, but not a lot was said. We're not really a team that will sit there and point out each other's mistakes in the middle of the game and make somebody feel bad or make somebody question themselves. A lot of Counter-Strike is playing with your instincts, and sometimes it pays off and sometimes it doesn't. We're going to talk about the issues after the match. I don't think we took the match or this tournament as a formality, but I think is that we were complacent when we first started that CT side. We should have been playing our own game, and a lot of people pointed out that we weren't. That's probably my fault as the in-game leader for not enforcing it, but we'll address the issues and we'll get better.
So do you feel your 3 hours practice deathmatch from earlier worked out for yourself personally?
Well, if I can play with the aim that I had in these last matches at European or international events, I think the team's going to be looking a lot better. I'm normally the one letting us down in terms of the frag front while I'm thinking of strategies, but that's not an excuse anymore. There's teams now, you're looking at Kingwin, they have 5 fraggers and they have an in-game leader standing behind them. So I can't be an in-game leader that's dead weight. I have to be an in-game leader that can frag. And I think if I just put a lot more focus into my own personal fragging ability, and then with the help of Gomez, who's our coach/manager, we're going to have a strong strategical side as well.
I think you're safe as in-game leader at the moment. I think Sean Gares and Pronax has got a lot of love after the POV streams, despite the fact they didn't get much love. But moving on, obviously, it was a very confident Inferno performance. Was that just simply a case of reset our minds? We know we can play strong. We know we can be aggressive on this map. We should just dominate them?
Yeah, we just taken a page out of Navi's playbook to what they do to teams that they consider lesser than them. You just play an aggressive style, you use your aim, you use your smokes and mollies well, which we probably have an advantage of doing, and you leave them with no options. They have to fall back on certain A strats, and they obviously don't have as much depth as a team like, say, a European team would have on T-side Inferno. So once they've run their 3 or 4 different strategies that they can towards A, they have nothing left, they start to panic. It's a really, really tough spot to be in, and I don't envy them at all, because when that happens to us, it's soul crushing.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid B defense. I don't think they went B once because they just came into a brick wall. We were just talking about it off the air, the smokes, the mollies, everything that works out well for you. So you've qualified now. What is next for Renegades? Obviously in the build-up coming up to Cologne in August.
So we got about a month, I think. So when we're going to head back home, we'll probably have a couple of days off when we get home. We haven't been home in about 2 weeks with all the traveling. Maybe take a few days off for the weekend. It's my birthday on Friday. I'm really excited. I'm going to be an old man, 26. And then I think we'll probably try and do a European boot camp. Now that we've qualified, if Immunity qualify, we'll practice them now. So we'll practice them as much as we can in Australia, and hopefully both teams can go and have a good performance in Cologne if they qualify.
Yeah, obviously Immunity coming up next against MVP. How do you think it's going to go? Are you feeling it's a 2-0 done deal, or is it going to be a 2-1? Do you think the MVP, you know, they've got the home crowd behind them. They caused an upset against KU earlier.
The home ground advantage really helps a lot, and them cheering loud after every frag and every round, if that gets into Immunity's head and they can't stay focused, it might be an issue for them. But if we're looking at strong maps for Immunity, if they can get the maps that they want to play, I don't see them having too much of an issue. I think they just need to shut down the role of MVP, which I saw them get against KU. And if they can just stop them in their tracks, they shouldn't have any problems closing out the match.
Well, thank you very much, Chad, once again. It's always a pleasure to see you at these events. And congratulations once again to Renegades for qualifying through to ESL One in August. Don't forget, you can get the tickets online. Thank you very much, guys. We're going to go over to the next semi-final in a moment, but I think Danny may be waiting for us.
Thank you so much for the interview, D-Man. So firstly, we're going to let the teams set up. We have Team Immunity versus MVP Carnell coming up for you very shortly. But first, we're going to go and head over to a commercial break, and hopefully by the time we come back, the game should have started. So we'll see you then.